We're doing that. We're doing that. Ah, I see. Okay.
Eric, my God.
Eric?
What the hell?
Eric, you can see yourself out of here, sir. This is a serious space, this of Nat19. Vestige of Ophiuchus. Campaign 1. Session 96.
My God.
Sir. 96 is the opposite of the funny number. It is the serious number.
Oh.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a week. We got a couple sick people here with us today.
No.
Woo.
I got Bread, still coming down off the end of a cold.
3 weeks, baby.
We got
Jesus,
Hayden,
no.
dying, soon to be dead.
Yep. Off I go.
Yep.
Off to Neverland.
No.
Woo! Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
Neverland's
Who
where you
told
go
you that?
when you
What I was
die.
supposed to know.
I was like, I'm gonna roll a die, and then Carrie's gonna tell us.
No, no. Come
It's
on,
Izzy!
man. Thank God.
Ah, shit, man. Okay, what happened? Where's my notes? It's basically just a big fight. Varel showed up and was like, I'll fight you one-on-one. Nemric stepped up, and Nemric banished him, or tried to banish him, but legendary resistance. So he ran away.
Himself.
Yeah. And then Tag stepped in, and I think, did Nemric banish him the second time? It's a little hazy on the sequence of banishments, but there was banishing going on. Eventually it took, and then we fought a bunch of the other guys, and we killed them, and then eventually the fucking Baroth came back because the banishment ended, and we all ran away, and also like punched a 60-foot hole into the earth to keep them busy for a bit. And then we continued to run away.
That's true.
Good answer!
Oh, goodness. So you guys ended last session. It is currently the time of... well, actually, do you guys remember? I told you what time it was.
It was 9 a.m. It was 9 a.m. and now maybe it's not.
It's not. It was
Wow.
9 a.m.
How
before you...
long?
It was 9 a.m.
How
before
long
you
was
went
the
to sleep.
fight? Oh,
I don't
Look
have
at that.
my notes. I'm
Brad,
sorry.
It was 9 a.m. before you went to sleep.
motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
How
Mother-
long did you sleep for?
I only trance for like 3 hours, technically, but
Okay,
I
how
woke
long?
up.
How long until
4
you
hours?
guys...
But then,
Yeah.
we woke up, and I also woke up, so we have to presume that Fenris chose to sleep. So you have to wonder, what does Fenris' sleep cycle naturally look like? That could
Are
be
you
6 to
okay?
8 hours.
How long is a long rest, Brederson?
I don't know.
Oh, the fucking... I don't know.
I don't want to do
Absolutely.
math.
How long have we been playing D&D for?
So many years.
We've been playing for 8 hours.
There we go.
So I posed the question to you again, Brett.
Oh.
Do you know what time it is in game?
Don't make me do math. Let me get a
Monster.
That's
Like I think he's
Shut
just
up.
asking you to add 8 to 9.
A
Is that-
samurai.
I know I am, but then I'm
With an
also taking into
ancient
account
magic
that at
sword.
12, so
Brett, it's one of my favorite numbers.
2.
The next one.
Oh,
I know. Shut up, everyone. Shut up. It's 5
It's potentially one of my favorite numbers. Who knows?
I know.
Everyone-
Listen. I'm taking statistics right now. I don't need this bullshit from you guys.
Yes, you
Huh?
do.
always.
We keep you fresh.
In time, what is 9 plus 8?
It's 17.
In time,
That's
what
a
is
24-hour
9?
clock.
24-hour
clock.
clock.
Leave her alone. Yeah.
And it would be 5 p.m. because if you take 17 and subtract it.
So
from
is your
12,
final answer that it's
Yeah.
5?
It's 5 p.m. I know. Oh.
All right.
Brett, I love
You
you.
listen to him, Brad. You're correct.
The bird thinks it's 5.
weeping. Oh my god.
Here's the best part. Like, we even through all of this, we actually don't know if it's 5.
Yes.
Because we slept.
That's the guess.
On perhaps a similar note, since we're already on the topic of visions and such, and the last, well, I was going to bring this up before, but the attack happened, and I'm not sure if I've brought this up before, but I've been having the most peculiar dreams since I've been here of another Shatterkai, a shadow face such as myself. And in this last stream, they were watching us.
What?
Oh.
I don't... Flux, I need you to be cool right now.
Sorry.
No, this one's actually
Yes,
warranted.
No, it's very concerning. I just need to fully get the thought out before you run off and try to start a fight. They were perhaps watching us while we were at Mother Tears, listening into what we were discussing. I don't know if that's just something that I dreamed or if that was the case, but I believe there's another table member hot on our trails.
You believe they're a part of the table?
I can just sense it.
Hmm.
They're hunting us. What else would they be hunting us for? I don't assume
Well,
any are in the same disposition as Baroth. I think he's a unique case.
Well, if they were hunting us, killing us
Would've
right
been
after we
easy.
fought, it would have been quite easy, given
Maybe
how
they
weak
don't.
we all were.
Maybe they don't want an easy fight.
Maybe they're prideful. I don't... Maybe they're following us for another reason. I just felt like you guys should know that, those are... I've had maybe 3 dreams now of that nature.
3.
So they've been happening every time you slept?
I think so. Everything tends to blend together here.
We may get more information tonight, then.
I hope that is not too late. This
Indeed.
last dream was the first dream I had where they were hunting us. The rest have just been, or the previous one, I believe, was just showing their desire to hunt and kill. They're an apex predator, to say the least.
So they are getting closer then. Watching our every move.
Listening to us, even. We should be careful.
I will
That's
do my
most of it.
absolute best, but I am now not in a position of power. So, if we are to talk to this person and they do have some sort of leverage or some sort of understanding of this place, I would love for... You know, he just looks back at his quiver.
I could use some extra daggers too.
We'll speak with them. I mean, the best case scenario is they can find a way into this Bastille.
Priority is finding Lexi.
What do you think, Flux? Do you think you can make any arrows?
I guess it depends on what your arrows are made of.
Just big ones. Big, like, basically javelins.
Are they made of
Only
wood?
arrows.
That does not sound too difficult. I think could perhaps make something for you.
If you ever have the time.
Certainly. Whatever you need.
Smiles at Flux.
He flinches.
Oh,
I'm gonna get to work on this war pick. Start pulling out like scanners and stuff from my bag and ritual casting identify.
Alrighty. Again.
Look, if I'm already being sus, then he can't misjudge me for being sus.
You know,
Or
that's fair.
you're double sus.
They do stack.
It's true.
Let's see. Alrighty. So, whenever you're going to ritual cast that, we'll assume that happens at the end of the short rest, effectively. We'll say it dovetails like the last 10 minutes of it or so. Flux, could you please roll me, why don't you roll me an ancient history check, but, roll it with disadvantage. I'm cashing in your madness.
Oh,
shit.
heck. Alright, fine. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, you didn't give a...
My God!
You didn't give a fuck!
Not a single
Hell yeah,
fucker's
dude! But Flux refused.
Is he's like, ancient history check? I'm not losing this. I love these.
Damn.
With a result of a 33,
Last time I saw a Gundam.
Holy shit.
as you concentrate on it, you put your hands out to it, and you try to discern its qualities. Again, it has this sense of trying to push back against and reject your attempt to identify specifically what it does, and you feel it reach out to you. You also find yourself slipping away into unconsciousness for just a moment, entering into a sort of trance yourself. And as it does, you manage to keep your conscious mind active enough to navigate this a little bit better than Nemric did. Whenever it does, you see the same imagery of a mist-covered land, just this ocean of mist, with a single mountain illuminated in the distance, the same azure and gold serpent coiling around it, reeling back, screaming into the sky as the sky opens up above it, light pours down from up above, as if the sun were erupting from the sky, but only in that position, lighting up the mountain, and then the mist parting to show the landscape that you would recognize vaguely as being that of Honokuni around it, except it is underwater. Whenever you see it, the landscape that is around everything appears to have been submerged, with the base of this mountain being the only thing that is left above water. As you see this, you manage to hold on to this vision slightly longer. You find yourself and your consciousness pulled forward. The landscape tears away as if it becomes a blur, and you feel like you're rushed forward to a different location within the vision. You find yourself sitting at the edge of what looks like this massive lake. Wherever you are, you're high up. You don't recognize the scenery directly, but you find yourself to be at the edge of this massive lake, and you see this figure made entirely of shadow, as if their identity is obscured from you in your mind, taking what appears to be this massive fang from this shrine pathway that leads out into the water, as if, like a sort of dock, leads out into the water and then goes nowhere. You see this figure carrying what looks like this massive fang tied to their back, that's almost as big as they are, taking it away from the water. Your vision changes again, and you see this figure carving it down, reducing it, chipping away pieces of it, reinforcing it, treating it with chemicals, chipping it down again, until the last thing you see in this vision is what looks like the spike that is piercing through the end of the siege pick that you have, being forged from the remains of this giant fang. You then become aware of a great shadow behind you, and just as you turn to see it, you see the massive shadowy form of what looks to be this Shenron-esque serpent, whose body coils into the clouds into the sky, stretching into the distance. Impossible that it could have snuck up on you if not for the nature of the vision you're seeing. And you see it looming above you, massive, as if it sees you within the vision, and then just before you snap out of it, you hear the words, in a distorted voice, "I have yet to know your name. What 10 may know, I can see." And as you hear this, everything peels away and you pull yourself back again from the weapon that is in front of you, and you are left with a single word coursing through your mind, ultimately the result of the identify spell, you are left with the name Mist Render, echoing in your mind.
You good?
That yes, I
Mountain
believe,
dragon?
yes, I believe I saw this mountain dragon, and a little more as well. It seemed all of Honokuni was underwater.
I believe that where Honokuni is in the material plane is, I believe, is underwater. I went there to investigate, but I found the place completely submerged.
I see. Is there any record of when it was flooded? Do we know how that happened?
Not to my knowledge. Very strange.
Unfortunate that we do not know more about that. Hopefully it will not be relevant. At least not yet. But there was more to the vision. I think it went on slightly longer than what you saw, Master Nemric. I saw this flooded land. There was a shrine that someone was walking out of with a very large fang. I would venture to guess that perhaps it was... Oh, sorry?
You want some cheeky imagery?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Cheeky imagery?
You see,
Hell yeah.
you see on the main page, you see that thing that's in the background of our main of the thing. It's
The
that
big old Durgan.
that thing in the bottom right corner where you see
Yeah.
a shrine gate. That's where they were walking out of. It's that.
Oh, that. Oh, it's that
Mm.
specifically.
That specifically.
With the
You know that
torch
thing that when we
hoodie.
went into this campaign, I posted a message being like, we're coming back, and that was the backdrop? That is what you saw.
It was carrying a very large fang from the shrine. I would venture to guess that perhaps maybe the fang from this mountain dragon is colored in gold and azure. I then saw, I believe the vision flashed forward in time, perhaps, to the fang being forged into a weapon. This weapon. I believe it is called Mist Render.
Now Nemric's just thinking to himself, like, why the fuck was this familiar to me?
And Mist Render was the name of the weapon, not the dragon?
I am not certain, but it's more of a it is more of a feeling.
I mean,
But
whenever I
believe
saw
Mist
what,
Render-
whenever I saw it, did show the dragon parting the mist, but
Maybe.
it seems that Flux saw much more than I did.
I still don't know if this is capable of any sort of magic or if it may carry some magical defenses, unfortunately.
Strange.
I believe probably someone is going to have to bond with that weapon to find out its capabilities.
I do not know if that would be wise. I
No.
do not think anything in this land can be trusted.
Baroth didn't seem worse for wear. I mean, albeit his own
Baroth.
disposition.
Baroth mentioned, yeah, I was going to say he's a native of this land, but he mentioned he was from Summergrass.
Yes.
Nope. Hey.
No?
Only Flux
What?
heard that.
What was that?
Oh, never
Oh, right.
mind.
That's
Alright.
why I've been mad for a week, because only Flux
okay,
heard
yeah.
it.
And I want you to keep being mad. Only Flux heard that.
Okay, cool. Never
I
mind.
know.
I forgot about that bit.
Dropkick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think attuning to it would let you know what it does.
No?
No. When he was using it to swing at you, he said out loud, "Time to find out what this thing can do."
Mm.
That's very
so perhaps, So then perhaps this pick was a recent acquisition for him.
Possibly.
Perhaps you have to be chosen for it. To open itself up, I mean.
Perhaps.
That seems to be the nature of some weapons.
Indeed.
Wow. We'll just,
That's probably...
for now, we'll just keep it out of Barrel's hands, and that will be enough.
Would you like to keep hold of that flux then? If Taguchi doesn't want to try to use it?
Certainly. Just like eyeing everybody suspiciously, like seeing if they have like siege pick lust in their eyes. I think that would
have
be
you
best.
held it? Tag?
What?
Have you held it?
No.
Alright. She'll just look between the two of them. Alright. I was simply inquiring.
It
Like
seems as
Miriam
if-
said, I don't think we're going to find out what it does.
I know. I know.
Until someone swings.
In this land, I think it's better to work with what you know than, you know, what you don't.
I choose not to get involved, and I'm gonna start looking around because I'm so tired of Nemric's shit.
I'm also gonna look around.
I also have good investigation, so I'm looking around.
Both of you roll investigation.
Look up.
Yeah.
I also have
Only-
disadvantage, but whoa!
Everyone roll investigation.
Everyone?
Anyone who says they're looking.
No! Today is a bad day!
Avi.
Oh well.
I'm gonna add.
Get it, Flux!
I'm pissed.
I dropped a 20 and rolled a 1. Today sucks!
No.
Flux, I think you stole all of our luck. Like, what the hell?
It really feels
Flux
like
is just the main character, and we're all like in his game.
It's his
Uh-huh.
world, we're just living in it.
Uh-huh.
his world of
Hey, good
madness and
D4, man.
paranoia.
I got a total of 22.
Okay, so
That must be
Tag.
fucking nice.
As you look down, you can see that down below the bridge, there appears to be a very, very narrow walkway. It's narrow enough that it would be very hard to reach. That seems to have been carved out of the side of the stonework of the walls of the waterway. And you see that under the bridge, hidden by a shadow, there does appear to be a relatively small entrance that seems to head inwards. Looks like it heads inwards underground, heading in towards the center of the city. Just very small. Looks just like a sort of access tunnel. Maybe 8 feet wide, 7 or 8 feet tall.
Do I see a safe way to get there? Get to the
You got a
entrance?
22? You would see that there are, looking, like, following the path of the walkway, which is not very wide. You'd have to either have a very thin build, or you'd have to kind of scoot sideways in order to walk on it. You see that it kind of goes off into the distance, and there is a rudimentary set of steps that have been built down into it, about 100 feet down from where you are, on the other side of the bridge.
Okay.
And with Flux is 29, he sees that there's an elevator going down.
Oh, sorry, did Flux get way higher? Oh, I didn't notice that! Yeah, Flux, you are at this point, Tag, as you're looking for this, and you're like, is there a way down? And you look over and you just see Flux scooting across the wall, being like, having already found it, having already gotten over there halfway across. You're like looking, you follow the path. Sorry, I'll reevaluate. As you look along the path and you look along the walkway, you see Flux on the walkway pointing back towards the steps.
No.
Flux and I have found a way.
Wow.
Oh, wonderful! I fly off.
Oh well.
Non-flyers. There's a set of steps we can get down.
You guys all arrive.
grab him.
You guys, is anybody not going? Just to be clear.
I don't think so.
Okay. If you were all going, you all make your way around. It takes you a moment. You find that if you were to fight here, you would have, if you were to do anything like, that requires dexterity here, it is difficult to navigate. You guys scoot along and you get to the edge. You reach the platform that is a little bit larger, is hidden again underneath the shadow of the bridge. As you reach it, you see that the entrance opens up into about a 10-foot wide, roughly 10-foot wide passage. Steps go down farther into the underground sections of the village. Looking down, those of you with dark vision, you can see it goes down about 40 feet or so, and the length of the passage is also about 40, 50 feet down. You find the stairway leads to a very small, old, what seems to be a stone room. As you go down, it's very hard for you all to properly fit in this space until you reach the stone room at the end of the stairway. The room is vacant. It is devoid of any real features, except for old stonework that makes it look like, perhaps, if Bochi did in fact once have a waterway system, you would suppose this may have been the entrance into what might be maintenance tunnels, what might be an equivalent to sewers, but it seems like it was built quite long ago. As you go down, you see the only thing in the room that is worth noting is a single, very heavy-looking metal door that is set into one side of the room. It is relatively featureless and appears to be newer than everything around it.
Huh.
Is it locked?
Doesn't seem like there is a lock.
But the door looks like it's able to move, right? Don't try to open it. Just in case the mechanism, triggers something. I don't know. That's more your thing, but I'm just nervous.
No,
Would you
we've
mind if
run
I
into
try
those...
something?
Go right ahead.
I knock on the door.
As you knock on it, you hear the resounding sound of, You hear the knock from the other side. Though muffled, you can tell it's resonating through a very large space. As you do, a moment goes by. A very pregnant pause. You then see a small part of the door presses in and slides to the side as you see a set of eyes on the other side looking out.
Hello.
The Bardic knock spell. Works every time.
I cast a knock.
The eyes that you see appear to be... the individual appears to have what looks to be white skin that you can tell looks to have been the result of thick makeup on their face. They appear to have painted it white. That said, they have somewhat cat-like eyes, not unlike Miriam's, but not exactly identical either. And you can tell from their features, you can see just the tips of horns cresting back, coming out of the front of their skull. As they do, you hear them, as they look to all of you, you just hear a very, not necessarily polite, but not curt, "Why are you here?"
We are here to meet with someone.
They look to you for a second. You see a faint nod from behind, and then the eye slit closes. You hear the large ka-chunk of what seems to be a lock disengaging from the other side, and then with all the sound of like a high-pressure door from like a large ship opening, it creaks open towards the outside. You see what appears to be a tiefling, wearing what appear to be robes concealing most of them. They seem to have these robes on that cover most of their features, but you can tell their skin is mostly been painted white. Their face has been painted white. They appear to have a very neutral look on their face. The room that you can see beyond is lit quite pleasantly. The individual steps back. They put their hand out to usher you in. "Anyone who does damage to Baroth or the table is welcome here. Please, this place is what we referred to as the Gentle Nest, the
Very
Temple of the Gentle Nest. But you need not be so formal.
What is your name?
My name is August."
Beautiful name.
Wonderful to meet you.
I am one of those who tends to these outer chambers. I assume then that you must be the ones that Mistress Okoma had gone to fetch. Ion Okoma?
I believe so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Quite pretty.
She is quite ravishing indeed. I believe she is currently in prayer. But if you wish me to fetch her, I can do that. That said, if you did battle with Lord Baroth, the leader of the Zugaiken, are you in need of medical attention? Do you need any help? Are you hurt?
I'm a bit hurt, but I'm still standing.
We were worse for wear earlier.
Mhm.
And by all means, let her finish her prayer.
Her supposition was that those who are new to this place, that among your numbers there must have been at least one of the hunted. Please tell me. I will allow her to finish, but when I go to see her, I would like to have good news. Is it true? Among you, is there...
There are members of the hunted.
You see their face light up somewhat. Excellent. Most excellent. Please make yourselves at home. As you guys step inside, as soon as you're within the area, those of you who have the ability to sense creature types, to locate objects, to tell where things are, you find a part of your senses that normally you can't even tell are there, such as, for example, Taguchi. Your inherent ability to use your divine sense grants you some passive ability as well to tell when something is amiss or evil or whatnot around you. You don't normally notice it, but in this case, you find that sense is suppressed as soon as you enter.
Hmm. Crap.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You feel it too, then.
Seems this place is cut off from certain senses and abilities.
Isn't that a good thing?
Could be, but...
Depends.
Fenris just rests her head on the back of fucking Tag's armor. Why won't anywhere be normal here?
I know.
That's our means of defense. We have an enchantment placed on this place that makes it difficult for people outside to sense anything here, or to look for specific kinds of people, or to search by name. It is a widely held superstition that the lord of this land can peer through the eyes of others and see what they see, if their name is spoken. So, those who created this place, those who lead the Temple of the Gentle Nest, devised a special type of enchantment that makes it impossible to discern details within a certain area. We're still cautious. We still don't say the young lord's name. But, we believe that this helps prevent them and the Zergaiken from following or finding us. A relatively, short figure, walks over to you very, very casually. They just sort of appear beside you. This, dwarven figure, this female, walks up beside you and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, is there anything that we can do?" Oh, goodness, I'm sorry! What?
I fly up to does this place have rafters? Because I'm in them now.
Fenris just opens one eye and then shakes her head, closes it again.
I did not mean to frighten you. I'm sorry.
No, it's no trouble. Just keep your distance and everything will be fine. I'm just clinging to the ceiling.
They nod towards you and then, confused, walk away. You guys hear the sound of footfalls, of the clacking of shoes, landing upon stone, coming from the direction of the hallways that had been described before. The hallway that had been described before. As you see walking, one hand over the other in front of them. The same figure that Miriam you saw before, the person that you've taken to be Ion Okoma. the sea elf, dressed in the garb of what you can assume to be Cahulian nobility, walks out very pleasantly, regards all of you. They walk over to between the two very large fire pots, stand in front of the waterfall. They turn, regard the group as a whole.
I was uncertain as to when you'd show up. I am pleasantly surprised that it was this soon.
We had our plans expedited.
I'm sorry we could not talk further whenever I came to see you at the ryokan.
From what I understand, this is a much better place to speak anyways.
I prefer not to speak in public. Not when I can help it.
What do we owe the summons?
In your brief time here, you have helped out several people. You have a young elven couple. I'm sure you remember intercepting the Zugaiken who meant to do them harm. Word spread. You were then invited, and were attending a dinner at the young lord's estate. When word about that got out, we came to realize there must be hunted among you, and the hunted will always be allies to us.
You see her close her eyes. She bows very lightly towards you.
We've been waiting for just such an opportunity for a very long time. Those who established this place have certain designs that they require the aid of the hunted to carry out. And we hope that you will be willing to assist us. We want to free this place. We want to free Bochi. And then, if things go well, we want to free the rest of Honokuni.
What kind of timeline are we working on?
Well, it's a bit uncertain. I'm not sure of all of the details of what we are planning. However, Vigami and Shiga, those who are in charge here, they would know precisely what to tell you. Unfortunately, we do not allow anyone to see them unless we have good cause. Before we get into anything particularly intricate, is there anything that we can do to make your time here more comfortable?
We need your help. Long term. I don't think we're against the liberation of Bochi. I honestly, if I'm speaking personally in any case, don't really care about it either. But we need help getting one of our friends back.
Oh?
We believe they're located in the Bastille to the north.
Are they another one of the hunted?
No.
Merely a friend of yours who got taken there.
Yes.
The Bastille is a place that we try not to get ourselves involved in if we can help it. Those who go there rarely come back. And when they do, they come back different.
Different how?
Tortured. No longer aligned with those that they had been. Scarred. Shells of who they were.
Can you get us inside?
It's an awfully bold request to make.
The liberation of Bochi seems like an awfully bold request to make. If we're liberating this country, we'll have to tackle it at some point. And the Bastille falling might just make a very good story for the people.
Sure. It is not as if we have the means to sneak you in directly. However, we could provide you an adequate means to sneak in when they are at their most unguarded. From where we stand, however, until you have aligned yourselves properly with Vigami and Shiga, you are not truly allies of us. But to earn their trust, we need some sort of concrete proof that you are in fact among the hunted. Is there anything that you can offer in that regard.
Is not the fact we were brought in to speak with the young lord not enough? Or the fact that the Zugaiken and their leader are after us?
You've already lost one of yours, and though the moon has turned red recently, it's not as if we have any direct idea of who was fighting whom. Furthermore, if you've lost members of your team and they've been taken to the Bastille, it is highly likely that you may have lost members of the Hunted. We also have no indication that those that you came with, who were the Hunted, may not have already been defeated. I am, of course, not asking you to go out of your way to kill any member of the table, or to make yourselves vulnerable. If you have some means to prove that you are the Hunted here and now, I would accept that as well. Even if you cannot, you're welcome here, in this temple, at least, to rest, regain your strength. We offer these services to everyone in Honokuni who finds us.
Excuse me for a moment. And oh, bless you.
Sorry.
Fenris will walk over to where Flux, you still in the rafters, bud?
Oh yeah, I'm clinging up there like a cat.
Flux?
Yes?
Flux, I'm down here.
How can I help you?
Could you come down here for a moment? I mean no
Flux.
ill will.
Yes?
Upon
Oh, no.
upon Fenris saying your name out loud, there's a moment that you catch your name echoing through the area. There's just a brief, very, very brief second of not anticipation, not everyone here like hearing it and regarding it as special or anything, but as it echoes, you get this odd sensation, and you find yourself enter into a moment where the world seems to almost peel away for a sec. Like, it's still there, but you feel almost out of body for just a moment. And you briefly see the image of a massive eye open and focus, as if it sees you. And then it's gone.
What was that? Where did it go?
Are you okay?
The eye. Didn't any of you see the eye?
Okay, we need to fix him.
I know.
It's watching. It's always watching us.
Maybe he's speaking of those things I saw when I was blind.
Potentially.
That could be possible.
I don't know, you get used to being watched.
I assure you, the candles make it so no one can see you here. And no one spoke of the young lord. He should not have been invited into our presence. You're very safe here.
So you say. But I do not know you. And thus I do not know if I can trust what you say.
Aye, that's fair. I have seen others crippled by this place in the same way that your mind has been stunted. Assuming that you were not like this before, I can only hope that with time, the malady passes.
So maladies like this cannot often be cured? Or
There are those
if you
that stick
have-
with you forever, and removing them is difficult. But those who come here often find that their mind fights back against Honokuni, and in doing so all sorts of different illusions and madnesses slip in. Some of them nonsense. Some of them are like the land itself toying with you. We have found there's ways to get rid of them, but without the means to access divine magics such as those of a cleric or paladin, we haven't had much luck in getting rid of them.
Flux, I can help you. I
Help me?
believe. Help everyone.
I think you are confused, Fenris. I am the only one seeing things clearly.
You're on the ceiling.
Right? The safest place to be, outside of anyone's attack range.
I'm pretty sure I could get
Flux,
you
I can assure you that you are not out of my attack range.
Most
I
of
don't
us
have
could
my-
hate you.
I don't have my arrows.
This may not be
So
the
you're
this may
next.
not be this may not be the
Sizing up your
smartest
attack.
point to. That's why.
Raises.
You just see her like raise a hand as if she's seen this before. Like, that's when you guys are
raise
when
a
you,
hand at the
as
same
soon as you
time.
all start being like, no, we could hit you. You see her just be like,
Maybe you shouldn't. You've done it. Never mind.
too late.
You're sizing me up.
Flux,
Waiting to take your
use-
shot.
Flux, use your logic. Have I ever
going-
done anything to hurt you?
I do not blame you, Fenris. It is
Vulcan.
this place that...
Well, they delegate. Could you heard what they need, right? Well, we have the money. Could you go and fetch their things for them?
And she puts a hand out to you, Fenris.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to part with one of those diamonds sooner rather than later?
Oh, absolutely. I was actually one moment. Flux, can you? I'm asking you to trust me here. Please toss down. I know you have some diamonds as well.
I'm sorry, Fenris. I cannot do that. You're not in your right mind. None of you are. But don't worry. He starts like flipping through like his notebook. Don't worry. I am working on a device. Just like shows you a crude sketch of like some schematics. He's working on some kind of helmet. Once this is complete, I can return all of you to your proper senses. You will see things as I do.
Is it a tinfoil hat? Is that what it is?
It is not dissimilar to a tin.
Wow.
I love
Fucking
you so much.
wow.
I can save you. You just have to let me try.
He's gone full
Flux.
crazy.
Yup.
Hey, are you still in there?
There's a second of nothing, followed by the shifting of light armor. And you hear footsteps heading towards the edge of their cell, and you just hear,
I am.
I didn't wake you up or anything, did I?
I was coming about as close to sleep as I probably have in a while. But it's fine. We should remain vigilant here.
I'm really sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. What's on your mind?
I'm trying really hard to think of some kind of plan to get both of us out of here. I'm kind of coming up with nothing.
It's usually around this time that they come to fetch me to watch her dance. So I suppose they'll be doing that to me soon. Since you have the ability to leave, I'll make sure that I take great care to look at the surrounding area. Whenever I come back, I'll tell you exactly what I find.
Okay.
Perhaps, depending on the route that they take me, perhaps I can instruct you on the way to get out of here, and then you could flee.
Well, I want both of us to get out of here.
I believe it is
Okay,
more important that at least one of us escapes.
Okay, if the only way that we can figure out for any of us to get out is for me to go by myself, I will go by myself, but I will come back. Probably with my friends, hopefully. And we'll get you out. All of us. I'm not gonna leave you.
I believe you.
Smiles warmly, even though he can't see it.
they.
Damn it. Oh! I'm the worst.
It seems you are not among us, the hunted, right? You'd mentioned that before. I'm sorry that someone else got you caught up in all of this.
That's okay. I mean, I want to help the people that I love.
Oh,
I love my friends very much.
that's good to hear.
Do you have people that you care about?
Absolutely. Although, the dear friends that I have a bond with them that is a code of ethics that transcends friendship. I'm afraid there are not many people that live around me who would call me their friend. I'm an ally. And I suppose I am a leader. Though I'm not doing a very good job of that at the moment.
Is it kind of like being in an army? Like, do you have like a ranking and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I'm good at this.
My people call me their king.
Well, you definitely can't stay here if you're a king.
That's right. I absolutely can't.
Wow.
Although, I can't scurry off from this place while people are suffering the way they are.
Do you know what else is happening? Like,
Here.
is it like, do you mean specifically here? Like in the, do I know the name
This
of
country.
place, Logan? Oh, the country, okay.
I ended up here by total accident, but it's very hard for me to ignore this kind of pain in front of me. And as returning to my home is going to involve besting this place anyways, I would rather leave it better than I came.
I get that. Back home, there's a horrible disease that we've been trying to cure, and I wasn't really doing anything before my friend told me about it, and then once I knew about it, it seemed like a very important, good thing to do. To spend all the time that you have, or as much time as you can, doing what's best for everyone. So I understand where you're coming from.
It's a noble sentiment. I'm very grateful I got somebody to talk to while I was in here.
Me too.
You hear footsteps. Softly. Coming from the same direction people always approach.
I'm really sorry you have to go through this horrible dance thing again.
It's perfectly fine. I should have been killed, after all. It may have been a stroke of luck that I was instead taken prisoner and brought here.
I really don't like it here.
As they approach, you see 2 crimson butterflies. One walks past your cell. The other stops in front of it. You hear the sound of the other one opening. The rattling as the individual you've been with is escorted out. You also see the one that's in front of your cell turn towards you. You hear a clicking of the lock on your cell. And yours opens as well.
She's kind of at the back of her cell, looking very nervous at the crimson butterfly.
They put their hand out towards you as if to beckon you to come with them.
Can I see my friend?
As they step out, you do. No longer covered in the blanket that they've been covering themselves in before. You see the relatively impressive-looking armor that they have, light as it may be. Their body seems to be draped in this. There seems to be draped in this what was probably once a very noble and clean-looking blue jacket that fans out in a cape at the bottom. Beyond that, nothing really to take about them that you hadn't seen before. As they step out, they seem to regard you with a sense of worry. Then they look to them, and you see them raise their voice very briefly to be like, There's no need. Are you planning on bringing them... You see them stop. You see them not lose momentum in questioning the butterflies, but you see a look of... a look on their face as if they know it's futile. And their turns towards you. They never respond. It seems you're coming with us.
Okay.
I'm deeply sorry.
Cry. That's fine. We'll be okay. And I definitely have a fake smile on my face trying to be brave.
You see
And
that
I
crimson butterfly.
My
Sorry, I
hand out to
interrupted
take
you.
her hand. No, you're fine.
You
I'm
see
putting
as
my
they
hand
come
out to
towards
take
you,
her
they
hand.
also produce a set of clothing that they hand towards you. Despite the fact that you've been using disguise self to generate clothing, they throw some relatively dour-looking clothes your way that look to just be the most basic kind of apparel you could imagine for this place.
Cool.
And they don't throw it, obviously. They pass it politely.
Cool. Yeah, I take it and then quickly put it on over my disguised self clothes, and then once I have it on, I'll make my disguise go away.
You are escorted out and around, and for the first time you get a view of what this place is like.
Dude, I'm trying to take in every bit of information with my surroundings.
Can you see me moving your token as it goes?
Yes, that's why I was like.
As you go, you are walked down a corridor, passing by many cells. You find that you are in the side of what appears to be one block. The area twists and winds around. You take 2 right turns before you end up in a very long hallway, down which you can see another set of cells. A torch, the first one you've seen since being here, is lit at the very end of this hallway. As you are walked down, you pass by one corridor, down which you, as per the range of your dark vision, you see the area. You can see it splits off. There's at least 2 more cell blocks that you can see splitting off from a hallway that you pass by, but your dark vision is not long enough that you can't see down to the end of it. It just goes off into the darkness. And beyond that, you're walked towards the torch, pass by several more winding doorways, and as you do, you pass by one very large cell that looks like it would be used for a small group of people.
It's the
several
drunk
times.
It's the drunk tank.
Effectively, yes. Walked around a corridor till you come to a point where, again, you see that the hallways continue to move forward and twist as this veritable, not quite a maze, but this complex of passages all leading to sets of cells that are usually 4 set beside each other here and there. Until you are brought to an archway. A very large archway that leads down a hallway. Down this hallway you see that there is a set of... there's a set of 8 statues that appear to be some knightly figures that are slightly bigger than they should be to be worn properly. There's 4 on each side of the hall, which is 20 feet wide. As you're walked through, you get a very eerie feeling. You pass by an area that splits off and seems to go around a room. A hallway seems to split off in 2 directions. You see a very large door that is creaking open, and at this point you can hear the sound of music being played. The sound of violins, of tambourines. As you are walked more towards that direction, a wooden door that sits ajar at the end of the section that you pass through is pushed open by the crimson butterflies. You see an archway out in front of you. As you get close to it, your friend who speaks, "Up here, it seems they have decided to take you to the same place that they take me. I had thought maybe they would take you elsewhere, but at least I can keep an eye on you here. I think if they meant to just kill you, they would have done so. So stay strong, okay?" They move you up, you enter into an area that seems to look into the same room, but you are brought in from a different angle. As you come into this room, the tone instantly changes. The vibe of the room shifts immediately. Where this place had been mostly dour and cold, there's plenty of light in this room. It appears to have been constructed much more recently than the rest of the area. As you come in, you notice that the the stonework on the ground. Though the floor seems to have existed, the walls here seem like they may have been built much more recently than the rest of the Bastille. As you come in, you see a space where there is this massive central stage, a circular stage that is raised up about 5 feet at its tip. Here, I'm actually just gonna get you. You see this huge circular stage made of stone. It's topped with marble on the side of it, as you can see, that reflects some of the different colored lights. This red marble pattern that is present on the top.
Oh.
As you enter, you become aware that there is a figure that is currently standing upon the central stage. Lights, you can't tell much about them, as the lights in the room appear to mostly be focused off of them, so their body is mostly wreathed in shadow. All of the lights in the room cease at once. They all cut all together. And then one after another, they begin lighting back up. On the secondary stages on the side at first. You see, on 4 of these surrounding stages, crimson butterflies standing, very eloquently moving, swaying, to a beat that has begun to play from a location you can't see. You can't see anyone playing instruments, but you start to hear a violin. You start to hear the sound of a tambourine going. A soft drum beat begins to pop up. It echoes around you, its source seeming to move. You see that the crimson butterflies that are dancing to this very slowly as these lights come on, set upon these smaller stages, you see they appear to be dressed differently. As you see these lights begin to come upon them, as they dance, the spectral pinkish butterflies that normally follow them, fluttering about, filling the area, filling the stage. You see lights begin to turn on in the central stage, and once again, this figure that was shrouded in shadow, you see them light up, and you catch their features. You catch the features of I suppose for those listening at home. Sorry, I'm going to rewind slightly. The crimson butterflies that are revealed, their armor's somewhat lighter. The mantle that they're wearing, rather than spreading out into more of a cloak, it still covers their eyes. It still comes down over their eyes, but the back of it spreads out like the tails of a scarf, moving around them more and flowing more freely, rather than being a more cape-like piece of clothing like the others have. You can see more of the cloth on them. Their armor is more minimal, and the main thing is they're not wearing the same Shrine Maiden robe bottoms that they had been before, but rather a skirt with another lace skirt underneath it gives way to what appear to be legs covered in very good nice stockings, with shoes that have high heels on the bottoms of them as they begin to move, clearly outfitted for some kind of dance. They appear to be more performative. You see this individual, who again, I am going to just share for everyone because why not?
Yay! Hooray!
Yay!
Oh my god!
Oh, damn.
Oh, we in danger.
As you see them dancing, they look over towards you, to both of you. Your friend, the Crimson Butterflies, one of them, takes them and moves them away from you, shifting them around the stage, leaving you simply on your own. You are moved closer to the stage, but not to it, just close enough that some of the other stages surround you. They don't push you or force you, but they put their hand out to guide you forward. It's your choice if you do or not. As you move forward, you hear them begin to speak up softly as they continue to dance. The dance they're doing is very rhythmic, very like salsa-esque. There's a lot of life to it. I'm not very good at describing dancing, so you'll have to bear with me.
A lot of hair.
They are definitely moving around.
They're moving their body. It is very full of life, and they're clearly very practiced. As you see them, they do begin to talk, their voice projecting out, being caught by the room that you're in, and seeming to echo, even though they don't seem to raise their voice terribly much. You just hear them calling out to you,
I had not been certain that we would have anybody else arriving for a very long time. It is nice to have a greater audience, though I must ask,
as you see her beginning to twirl,
where did you pop up from? I am happy to take more people into my possession, but I was not expecting any guests within the Bastille.
As you step up onto the stage, The crimson butterfly backs off, and they seem to vanish into the darkness behind you. You see the gaze of the woman that you recognize to be Ravissimo. Looks to you, and then you see that their eyes trace above you slightly, and then seem to trace down and look past you, and then back, meeting your eyes.
Knows. Damn it. True sight ass
Tell
bitch.
me, why do you hide what you are?
Force of habit, I guess.
You possess such innate beauty. Is it really worth concealing it from all those who might adore you for it?
People that I care about might get hurt because of it. So that's definitely worth hiding.
This is not a place to be worried about that.
No matter what, I'm always going to be worried about that.
I am Ravissimo. I welcome you to my home. Although it seems you did not come here on good terms. For one to show up here, you would have had to have been brought in by the Zugaiken, or you would have had to be killed by that brutish horseback rider who wanders the forests. So which was it?
It was the second one.
She continues to put her hand out towards you, beckoning you in her direction. You see off behind her, your prisoner friend is moved. They're moved over to the throne that is built into the back of the area. You see them hesitate for a second as they step towards it, but then, as if knowing there's no point in resisting, they sit in it. As soon as they do, you see their body, a sense of stillness comes over it. They wince very briefly, and then you see their eyes open almost against their will and look up towards the stage. The only thing you can make out is that from beyond the walls here, seemingly from up above you, there is the sound of water moving.
Oh.
And a doorbell, because pizza just arrived at the Bastille.
Which direction did the doorbell come from?
Sorry, guys, that was me.
It came
I
from
ordered
the
my food.
It came from the speaker system in the Bastille, so it seems to come from everywhere at once.
No, I'm never gonna find the front door. Okay, so I just hear that there is water outside, but I can't tell.
The faint
which
sound of
direction
moving
the
water
water's-
beyond the stone.
Okay, all right.
To a normal person, it would be almost impossible to hear.
She's doing this sexy, like, fucking graceful movement thing, and Lexi's just up there doing the floss again. Like, god damn it.
They get any bonuses for Dance Master? Huh?
Yeah, where are my Dance Master bonuses, Logan?
Roll me performance.
Damn it. I have no boost to this because my charisma went down. And I have disadvantage.
You find it hard to keep up with even these small movements that she makes as she guides you around, spins you in place slightly. You find that it's hard to move. Even the walk here was exhausting for you. As you do, she just very calmly, very politely is like,
It seems that you have been entirely exhausted by your stay here, or perhaps the way that you arrived. I'm very sorry. Is there anything that I can do while you are staying here to make you more comfortable?
If me and my friend could stay in a place that isn't our tiny cells and be fed nicer things.
I am afraid there's nowhere else for you two to stay.
He just looks disappointed, but kind of like, yeah, I figured.
Tell me, are you here on your own? And of course, I do not mean here, I mean, are you here within Honokuni on your own?
Why are you asking? Like, are you here on your own?
I think you know why I'm asking. I suspect, if you had been in the forest, you either arrived here with one of the members of the Hunted and then split from them, or one of them must be your friend. Otherwise, you would never have wandered into that forest.
I'm kind of ditzy. I get lost easily.
Roll me deception.
It's pretty okay, but I have disadvantage, so you know,
I am not here to be your enemy. I do not know why you insist on being so distrustful of me.
I do feel like me and you could be friends. And as a friend, I feel like you can understand that sometimes there are things that we can't really talk about.
Perhaps. But I suspect it is loyalty to other friends that makes you distrustful of me. Tell me, among your friends, are there other members of the Hunted?
I'm really not sure how all this hunted stuff works. Like I said, I'm a little bit tipsy. I'm kind of confused by it.
Roll me another deception check.
Listen, Carrie is pretty confused by it. I'm not deceiving nobody. Fuck.
So she nat 20'd that, but go ahead and see what happens anyways.
I'm gonna piss her off and she's gonna fucking kill me with her hot, hot ass. That makes sense.
I have done this many times. I have had conversations similar to this one many times. Strangely, I never grow bored of them. But you could save us both time if you were honest.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I will feel more honest and be able to tell you more things if you can tell me why you're interested.
Because if your friends are among the Hunted, and you died and were brought here, that means they will be coming to save you. And if that is the case, I will be prepared for them. And I know that must sound like a bad thing for you and your friends, but know this. I do not consider you to be my enemy. I know you are not one of the Hunted. If you were, the lights in this room would have changed the moment you set foot on top of this stage. Because I had definitely intended to kill you. But as the moon did not change, I did not need to. So you are not one of them. And you need not suffer because you are one of their friends. So, tell me what you know about your friends, those who find themselves to be among the Hunted, and I shall allow you to stay here not as an enemy, but as my guest.
That sounds wonderful. I'm still a little bit uneasy. Could you tell me, like, what your part is in all of this?
I am Ravissimo. I care for the Bastille. I determine the fate of those who are brought here as prisoners, and I guard the secrets of this place. In return, I am allowed to perform. This place is mine, to bend to my craft. A place where I can invest myself in eternal beauty. It's perfect. It is eternal. We can be ourselves here. As long as we embrace who we are. And we do not hide.
As she says that, she puts a hand out, and she runs her fingers up the back of one of your ears, despite it being invisible.
As long as we do not hide who we are, this place is magnificent. So tell me of those who came here with you. Perhaps, if I like what I hear, then I can arrange for another place to stay for you and...
She, looks over her shoulder towards the other prisoner, and you see this faint blush on their face as if they're embarrassed to look towards them.
And for them, you could both be much more comfortable. Refuse. And I'm unfortunately inclined to think that you still side with those you arrived with.
I'm not entirely sure that you would have to worry about them coming here. It's just because I'm loyal to them doesn't mean that all of them are loyal to me.
You do not seem certain.
Well, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. Like, some of the people in the group are kind of new, and I don't know how I feel about them, and I don't know how they feel about me. And it's really, I'm very disoriented. I was killed, and I'm so exhausted and hungry and upset, and I don't know, and I want to trust you, but I just...
As you say this, she stops She stops dancing. She just puts her arms around you and in a very motherly way just strokes your hair, pulls you close to her.
I understand. Within this place, death is traumatic. I can see with your body and the way you're moving. This place has already seeped into your mind. You poor thing. We can continue this later. You rest.
Thank you.
I told you I'm not here to be your enemy. I would like dearly to be your friend.
She just nods while looking real sad.
Honokuni is a place that, if you embrace it, can give you anything you want. You can escape from the prejudices and the horrors of the world you came from. If only you have the mind to seize your place.
She backs up, her fingers slip away from you.
Take her back to her cell. When she is feeling better, return her to me again. I'm not sure I caught your name. What was it?
Oh.
Dix, you say?
You alright? Fuck. I can't lie. I'm fucked. I'm screwed. I just got it.
My name's Lexi.
Smiles at you.
I'm kind of attempting to look past her and look at my friend when I say it.
They seem to be unable to focus on anything except for Ravissimo at the moment.
Could my friend come with me? He's actually been a big comfort while I've been here.
No, I'm sorry. I have responsibilities to them. I would hate for them to go unentertained. And I'm certain that my love would hate for me to not do my best to make their stay here pleasurable.
Okay, I understand.
Do you feel a hand on your shoulder as one of the crimson butterflies appears behind you? Seems to beckon you to head back with them.
I do. I listen super hard for more of that water to find a way out of this.
You don't hear anything else that really describes much.
Okay.
You are walked back. You hear the music begin to pick up in the chamber. You hear the clatter of Ravissimo striking her foot down upon the center of the stage. Along with it, lights flare up, and you see her begin to sway and move, and for just a second, as you see just the start of this dance, you feel your head pound briefly. You would take an amount of psychic damage. We won't deal it, given the context, but you feel your head be invaded as if this screaming sensation erupts from inside your brain. But it doesn't really take hold as you're moved beyond range of seeing the performance. And for just a moment, you gain some understanding of what your friend is being subjected to every time they're brought here. We're going to head back to the other side. Because it would be several hours before your friend returns.
That's cool. It's all good. Oh, I want the other boys to play.
Back to the other side. Fenris!
Yeah.
You are supplied with your diamond dust.
Yes.
After about an hour goes by, Flux, and the rest of you as well, you start to hear this sputtering sound as the bottom of Flux's shoes begin to go like... as they seem to begin sputtering out.
This is around when Taga asks and Krug points the gun.
Yes, get down.
Avi looks up very smug. Like,
Oh, no, this is good. Oh, no.
Slowly lowering down.
You might want to come down, Flux.
You know, I will consider it. I have my own reasons. This has nothing to do with the shoes.
4,
3.
And Flux falls.
Touchdown!
Flux!
Ah!
I'm sorry to do this. You're gonna take a small... Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna deal damage to you. This situation's fun
I
enough.
think the item like keeps you like slow
Aloft
falling,
as you fall.
effectively.
You fall to the ground. You hit it as you do in the corner. The others rush towards you. So,
Oh no!
I assume. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm
Hold on
doing
a
it.
sec. I didn't think that we'd have any reason to use this map, but I'm making this thing as a module, so I made it.
We roll an initiative.
We're rolling initiative, baby!
Let's fucking go!
Give me 1 sec. I got a map.
Oh, oh,
Ooh, nice.
good initiative for Fenris.
Those who intend to
Yeah.
do something about Flux, please roll me initiative.
Hey! Hey! That's good.
Oh no!
And Fenris, what up?
I'll let him go.
Oh no!
I'd say for the purposes of this, you didn't actually grapple him. That was just to see if you could touch him.
Yeah, sure.
Fenris, what do you want to do? Are we doing anything?
Go for
Um,
it, Fenris.
I guess we haven't had our long rest yet.
I'd say here, everybody, fucking
Okay,
rest, long rest. This is
Thank
at the
you.
end of it.
Oh, nice.
awesome.
You're welcome.
So sexy.
Oh no!
Tag, watch out! Fenris is full on running. She slides. She attempts to grapple Flux as well to smack a
That also got
greater
rid of your
restoration.
initiatives. 1 sec while I figure out. I accidentally erased your initiatives. Fenris.
Oh, no.
Oh, whoops. I got a 19. She got
18.
an 18.
It's true. Good
Never
roll
got
for
an
Fen.
11.
Yeah.
And Flux got a 6, I believe.
Yes,
Cool,
yeah.
good. And then we're on Fenris. So yeah, go ahead, Fenris.
I am attempting to grab him and greater restoration him very aggressively.
Alrighty. As you rush, towards him. I do go ahead. Roll athletics against him. Flux, roll me acrobatics or athletics.
Pacha!
Ooh.
Okay, not too bad.
Oh.
Fenris, you rush up and try to grab him. For a second, his boots sputter back to life, just and he like lifts off the ground just briefly enough that he moves away from you and lands. Just we'll throw him up here just for the sake of what we're doing, just out of your reach.
If you guys could get him to stay still,
Nemric.
get him!
I'm just checking really quick on something. Make sure this is something I could potentially do. It is. I'm gonna try to calm his emotions. with
You're gonna
my
try to use calm
common
emotions?
understanding. Yeah.
Yes!
Interesting.
But nice, but nice.
Okay. Do you need to touch him to do that, or is it just a save against
Nope,
him?
anywhere within 60 feet.
All right, go ahead and try to cast it on him. It's a save, right?
Yep, they have to do a charisma save.
All right.
Oh no.
This is gonna be great.
I don't think I have it on my sheet. I'm trying to find it.
Should be under your, where would it be? Because it's one of your promises, right?
Yep.
Yeah, do you not have it on your sheet?
I don't think I do. What is my spell save DC?
Yeah, just find any other thing. Flux, just roll a charisma save, please.
All right. Pacha!
He got a 19!
Oh my god!
Oh
Finally,
my
every
god.
time, Flux.
Fucking guy.
You
He's
raise up your
fucking
hands
guy.
and you wield magic to try to calm him. And all he sees is Flux has an immediate vision of you, like, bathed in magical energy, aiming a spell at him. His eyes go red, snap open, and he forcefully rejects the magic you send projecting his way.
I just
Oh,
realized something.
Huh?
That was because of Tag.
I would not consider him an ally for this.
I mean, you're trying to help him, aren't you?
I don't know if I'd let him benefit from that, though.
I'm letting you guys hold spells. This amuses me. He's benefiting from your aura.
Fucking fine.
I am amused.
You know what? I need to know what would it have been if it wasn't that, because I just need to know.
Well, I have a 7 in charisma.
It would have been.
16.
Well, it would have been, instead of a +1, it would have been a -2. So you would have gotten a 16.
My DC 17.
What a pain.
That's hilarious. I love it.
Tag, get him. Tag, get him. Get him.
He's where his
Tag.
voice is coming from.
Well, I'm gonna run over
No,
and
that's
just
a clever
fucking.
ruse.
I'm gonna body tackle him to try and grapple him.
You can try. Do yours with disadvantage, because he is invisible.
Okay.
Flux, roll. Go ahead and roll acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics. Here we go.
Oh no, Flux!
Well,
I think I
I'm
beat
like
him.
super confident that he doesn't know where I am. I don't move.
no, the thing about
Your angle of
about-
mind never.
You remain in
thing
place
about
as he
you-
rushes towards you. You just get up, just hands out, just. You like focus on not breathing, even though you don't breathe, as he rushes towards you, tackles you, and pushes you down into the ground.
Fenris,
Fenris.
get him!
I'm on it!
You see him wrestling with something that is invisible, trying his best to pin it, not knowing if he's moving a leg or an arm or.
I think I got him. I think I got him.
Fenris basically jumps on top of Tagashi and is trying to grab frickin' Flux from in between.
So,
She's basically on Tag's back, but is trying to reach over.
given the
I'm on top of
situation,
him.
Fenris, roll me athletics with advantage, and Flux, since you can't really dodge, roll me athletics.
Just athletics?
Yep.
Alright.
Come on, Fenris. Fenris!
As Fenris rushes over, her hand glowing with radiant energy, she tries to push it down into where it is. Flux wrestles and rolls Tag and himself over to the side.
Do I still have him grappled? Or
Yeah,
did
you
he
still
break
have him
that?
grappled, but he rolls both of you to the side, out of the way.
Flux!
You'll never take me!
You just hold still!
I can still save you! You have to let me try!
Tag, your turn.
I'm gonna cast command on him.
Yeah!
Okay.
Can't wait
And
to
it's
get to the
verbal,
castle to,
so.
to save Lexi without any spell slots.
It'll take us about a day to get there. It's
save
fine.
Lexi. Y'all gonna walk in here, she gonna kill you. You're gonna be like, ooh,
Alright.
look at the pretty stage.
Can I make him not benefit from my aura?
Yeah, I mean, if you command... For the future ones, sure, we'll turn your aura off. For the purposes of future ones.
Okay.
Okay, I set it to skip. What do
Okay,
you-
cool.
What's your command?
I'm gonna command him to stop.
Okay.
It's like grovel. No.
Oh, man.
Wow. Wrong campaign.
Wrong one. Yeah.
Cease!
Cease.
Flux
He
fails.
fails.
Yeah, that tracks.
Stop.
You find yourself sputtering to a halt. Your body's even though you're not made of gears and such, there's this sound of your body fighting as it locks up.
What have you done to me? Why can't I move?
Fenris?
Flux, we're doing this for your own good. A trembling hand moves to Flux's forehead.
Get away!
Expend the
After
spell
she's-
slot. And the
I'll bite at her.
and the item. Okay.
Stop!
As you reach over, you put your hand on him. Energy from radiant energy fills him. The seams that make up Flux's body begin to glow as it fills him. And Flux, you feel your mind clear
No!
as the delusions you felt fade away. And your fun in Honokuni, I'm afraid, comes to an end.
Damn.
Now, this is great. This is all great. But you feel it happen, you feel stuff relaxing. You don't register what's happened as madness, but you find yourself coming to and realizing these people are not your enemies.
Ow! You bit me! You actually bit me!
Oh, goodness, Fenris, I am so sorry. I do not,
Is that
I do not
blood?
understand what came over me.
You've got a
Are
hell
you-
of a bite on you, that's for sure. Ow!
Are you good? Are you good now?
And Fenris is gonna like make a move, like a quick move towards him.
Looks
Oh,
out
she's
from
making
behind
is
the
this gonna
pillar.
is this gonna scare you? Huh? Testing. Ooh.
I
Still on the
do not
floor.
know.
Yeah.
I will admit I am quite confused. Why
Oh.
was I running from all of you again?
Fenris just collapsed to the ground in relief.
I'm just gonna. I get up. I get up off of him.
I'm not going to move. The ground is too comfortable right now. That was so much.
I feel I've been acting strangely. I am so sorry for any trouble I caused you all.
It's okay. Just pardon my candor, but what the fuck, Flux?
I am so very sorry.
It's okay. You're fine.
It was
I'm just glad you're back.
so hard to discern which thoughts were mine and what's happening. I guess
With-
Depends on where
That's
you're
like
from.
With the
Cthulhu
live
pronunciation.
with the live studio audience giving resounding laughter at the display that has just gone on in front of them. We pull out from what's happening here with that finally resolved.
Do we get experience for Flux?
No. With your
fucking need
your
it, man.
carriage being prepared outside the city on the northern path, the items delivered to you, all of you acquiring what you were told that you would, the diamonds being delivered to you, giving you a hearty supply of greater restorations. With Lexi, with you recovering somewhat from your exhaustion, regaining another level, as your friend is once again returned to you, more exhausted seemingly than last time. That is, I think, where we're going to end for this week. We'll see you guys next week when we begin to raid the second Bastille.
Woo!
so
You, baby, love you. Y'all, I love and appreciate it.